Hi guys, and welcome back to Milk Mummies, the podcast where we have honest, unfiltered conversations about motherhood, identity, and everything in between. Today, I'm joined by Alicia Burnett, a registered midwife, the founder of Black Baby Loss Awareness Week, and a powerful advocate for improving care and outcomes for Black families. This is a conversation about motherhood, loss, the realities behind the statistics, and the women at the heart of it all. Let's get into it. Alicia, hi. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm very well. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. It's taken us a minute to get this done, but I'm so proud of us. We have made it happen.
Finally, today was the day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wanted to pick your brains about all things motherhood, midwifery, Black Baby Loss Awareness Week, and how that all came to be. But before we kind of dive into all of that, did you always know you wanted to be a mum?
Yes.
Okay,
I did. My path to motherhood was not smooth. Okay. I just assumed it'd be easy, and I was very naive to most things.
Okay.
I was very naive to the things that affect Black women.
Okay.
So, with my firstborn, although I did manage to carry him to term and he was born, he passed away when he was 6 months old. Okay. And then with my second child, she was born fine. Me, not so much. Okay. And then with my most recent child, everything was fine, actually. Okay. Just the pregnancy part of it was... Oof.
Okay.
But I always knew I wanted to be a mum. I just wish I had known that it doesn't come easy to everybody.
Okay.
A lot earlier than when I was actually going through it.
Yeah. And I guess, is that down to... And I kind of think probably the answer might be yes to this, but is that down to, I guess, what we are told about motherhood or the journey into pregnancy, or what versus what we're not? So, for instance, I know in terms of having sex, we're told very early not to do so, or how to do so, protection to use, STIs, all that kinds of stuff. There's so much information and knowledge around that. But if anyone wants to journey into motherhood by choice, I guess that's something that you have to do a lot of research on the go. So was that the thing that
absolutely was right? We're told, don't bring no baby into this house.
Yes, that too. Yep, of course.
That,
forgot about that bit.
Frightened.
Yeah,
we're frightened about becoming pregnant. It's a big taboo. But then when we're old enough to start a family, we're navigating that pretty much on our own.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
Everyone, but I know that for myself, I didn't have much guidance around that. And then I met my partner.
Yeah.
Firstly, it's finding someone that's serious.
Yes, that's also the thing. That's very, very true.
Finding someone that's serious, and then I found him.
Yeah.
And he wanted to start a family as much as I did. So that was the first thing. And then it just went left. Okay. Super left.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Before motherhood became part of your world, who was Alicia? What was life like for you?
I was a student midwife.
Okay.
Previous to that, I'd been so I left sixth form. Yeah. I went to Warwick University to study English.
Okay.
English literature.
Yeah.
I lasted maybe a year. Because what was I doing there? Really, what was I doing there?
But that's always the way with uni though. Like, I think you kind of know what you want to do, and then it's like, oh, actually, maybe not. So it's all good. The service, it makes sense.
I just wanted... Education was my way out. It was my path to freedom.
Got you.
So I applied for anywhere that wasn't in London.
Got you. Okay.
And I knew that I liked to read.
Nice.
So and I'm quite a good writer.
Yeah.
So I got into Warwick.
Okay.
Just the confusion and the shock at finding myself living away from home for the first time.
Oh wow, yeah.
And studying texts that I didn't resonate with.
Okay.
Didn't know anyone there, and I can be quite socially awkward. So meeting people for the first time and making friends and stuff was really hard. So then I dropped out.
Yeah.
And I became started working in a nursery.
Okay.
So
we're not mad at these things. Why is it cracking you up so much? Is it just recanting the steps?
Because who drops out of uni, doesn't tell their parents, but then gets a job and like, oh, just so you know, just letting you know, I don't go to uni anymore, but I've got a job and I start today.
Okay, how did they take that?
Badly.
Okay.
Of course they would.
Okay.
There was no discussion. I like to find a solution and then present the solution, then apologise later.
Understood. I get it. Yeah.
So I was a nursery nurse, and then I thought, okay, this is great. But I remember looking after a little boy who became really, really poorly.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone in the setting knew how poorly this child was. And it turned out that he needed to be admitted to hospital.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought, oh my gosh, I need to be skilled enough to be able to recognise when a child is really poorly and needs medical attention. So I applied to become a children's nurse.
Okay.
Completed that.
Nice. Fantastic.
I worked as a children's nurse for 18 months.
Yeah.
But I also always had midwifery in the back of my mind.
Mm.
And at the time there was a bursary, which meant that your tuition fees were covered, and you also received like some money for living expenses.
Got you.
And I heard they were getting rid of that in, I think, 2017. I thought, no, wait. I still need to be a midwife. Just hold on. So in a last ditch attempt, I applied for midwifery and I got in.
See, meant to be.
So became a student midwife, and I loved it. And that's when I fell pregnant.
Yeah.
So that was me before, just looking for my purpose, bouncing around, and I found it in midwifery.
That's incredible. I mean, as you said, looking for your purpose, but again, all the steps that you were taking were really leading you down into that space. So with midwifery, were you inspired to go down that path because of the child that you discovered to be poorly at that nursery? Or was it something that was kind of you were already resonating with or gravitating towards anyway?
So when I was a nurse, student nurse and a qualified paediatric nurse, I kept meeting children who had conditions that had their parents received different care when they were pregnant,
Right.
or they had been a different outcome when they were born. They wouldn't have the long-term life-limiting conditions that they had before, when I see them before me. And I really was very curious about, so what happened there?
Yeah.
And how can I be part of... I'm just incredibly nosy and very inquisitive, and I just wanted to know what happened there and how can I be part of stopping that happening to so many children in the future. So that's what made me very inquisitive about midwifery, because you just keep meeting children. When you go back through their medical history, it's like, okay, so this started here, or their parents didn't receive this. So that's what made me initially interested in midwifery.
Okay. I love that you said that because I think that, I guess, like anything in this day and age, I think anything that's negative or shocking will always be the loudest bit of information or the loudest post or what have you that people see and circulate. So I think even on here, I've definitely heard some really horrible stories or scary stories when it comes to women in care from the midwifery team or the midwives that they have. But at the same time, there are so many amazing midwives out there, like amazing. When I think about my birth, the midwifery team that I had, from my community midwife to the women who were there with me on the day, they were incredible. And I know there are so many positive stories out there. I also find that people either really make the point to make sure they learn everyone's names on the team, or they forget, or they can't remember, and it really jars them that happens. But you definitely have those amazing, beautiful, supportive stories out there. And the fact that you just described yourself as curious and nosy, and you wanted to understand how these situations have happened or how these illnesses or health situations have come about for these kids and for these families, I think it's just, I guess I really wanted to highlight that there are people who are in this role because they're passionate about it, they love it, it's their calling, and they genuinely care, like they really do. And it's not even just about the kid, it's even also understanding how their lives impact their family structure that they go into. So I just really wanted to take a second to really highlight that, because I just don't think, I don't think it's enough. Maybe I'm not seeing enough positive stories, that's why it doesn't feel like it's enough. But I don't think the ones who are really out here like doing the damn thing, I don't think people really get to hear enough about them. But what does a real day in your life look like as a midwife? What is that like?
So for me, currently, because my littles are very little, and I live in a city with just the one hospital.
Yes.
My plan was to go back into clinical practice once they both started school. But we'll talk a bit later about the lack of jobs.
Okay.
So I work on a helpline for Black and mixed heritage women.
Okay.
Very lucky to be able to do that while my kids are so small. And what that looks like is taking calls and emails from... so there are two helplines: the general helpline that everyone can call, and then there is the Black and mixed Black heritage helpline, where we have scheduled appointment slots. Okay. And Black women, Black fathers, and even their extended family members can make an appointment to speak to one of us.
Amazing.
And a topic that comes up recurrently in the conversations that I have with these families is loss.
Okay.
Different types of loss. But the running theme is that sometimes the care isn't as good as it should be.
Okay.
Or they're pregnant after loss and they're really frightened and they want to know how to navigate the system this time to promote having a healthier outcome for not just them but their babies and their wider family units. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that like?
It's a privilege to get to share the knowledge that I have with, because you don't know what you don't know.
Yes, that is very true.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so it's a privilege to be able to share resources, information, signposting. Have you been to this this place? No, what is it? Okay, give me a second. Where do you live? Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so your local one is this.
Yeah.
We can be that helpful to literally tell you where your local service is. But it's incredibly sad. Incredibly sad, and you come off the phone heartbroken sometimes for that person. But what I do like is that quite often you have like repeat calls with them.
Nice, okay.
Which is really nice, and you get to know how they're doing, whether the outcome is good or bad, and they just know that you're there, ready to support. We don't replace the NHS. We cannot, but we are an add-on that many, many people value.
Okay, that's brilliant. What is that like for you as a mum? Because the type of work that you're doing, the emotional impacts your day might have on you work-wise, how do you balance that with coming home?
It can be difficult because I'm carrying a lot for other people, but I need to be a present mother. And I have struggled with that in the past. But my children are number one, and I have to make a conscious effort to decompress after work. I like to leave a good hour between me finishing and them coming home from nursery so that I can decompress and just reset my mind so that the mummy they come home to is present and smiling and there for them because they are like the antidote to that heaviness. They just... they're just great kids.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Slightly odd question, I think, but I wanted to ask, what is something about maternity care that would shock most women?
That it's highly likely that the midwife looking after you hasn't had a break, hasn't even been able to go to the toilet, and may even be there long after her shift is done.
Okay.
Scary stuff. I really hope things will get better. Yeah. Because they need to, like it's imperative. The birth rate has dropped dramatically and it's going to keep dropping. People are, firstly, that it's quite expensive to have children these days. And the horror stories that come out about maternity services, that's another deterrent. But for those that are navigating pregnancy or expanding their family or starting a family, things need to get better for them. And for our children, if they ever decide to start families of their own. Like, the work needs to start now so that things are better for those that are pregnant now and in the future. It's just, it needs to be a priority and funding needs to be allocated ASAP.
Yeah. I mean, even with you touching on funding, I wanted to ask, where is there a place or a point where you can pinpoint where the services are failing mothers right now? And when you mentioned funding, I wondered if it all just starts with funding, being able to support teams and departments better.
There aren't enough midwives. They're running on fumes. They're running on goodwill. The midwives that are left are running on goodwill, and it's running out because you can't keep working in chronically understaffed conditions and still be able to give your best. There needs to be more staffing, but I don't know how that's going to happen when there aren't as many posts out. Right.
Okay. I see. How does that... So I was about to ask you, how does that make you feel with you being so passionate about what you do and why you do it?
It's disappointing because I went into this thinking, my mum was like, get a trade. You've been bouncing around, get a trade. And in healthcare, you'll always have a job. And I was like, yeah, she's right. So not only am I, that's why I went into nursing. One of the reasons I went into nursing, because my mum
Yeah.
was a nurse,
Yeah.
like a career nurse for like 30 years.
Wow.
And then with midwifery, again, I thought, yeah, job security for life.
Yeah, no, it's true. People be making babies. They be coming.
Yeah, so seeing that student midwives now are unable to get jobs, they've gone through their 3 years of training and there are no jobs for them, is just crazy.
Yeah.
And it just, if they don't get jobs, they're going to go off and do other things. And then all of that work and effort that they've put in will come to nothing. And if you break someone's heart like that, they're not coming back. So jobs need to be made available. They need to be working, caring for families like they want to be doing. The system's already crumbling and they are so willing to help prop it up and rebuild it.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel, I'm disappointed, but I am hopeful that someone's going to come along with a magic wand and just fix it. Because the students are there, they're qualified now, they're ready. Someone just needs to fix that bit.
Yeah.
And things will start to come together slowly, because there's a lot of work to be done, but it's at least, let's sort the staffing crisis.
Understood. Okay. Before we touch into, I guess, what it is that you do in regards to Black baby loss awareness, why are Black women still at higher risk in pregnancy and childbirth? I know that's a big question for one person to answer, but from your perspective, what do you think?
They're more likely to be dismissed when they report concerns or they report pain. And if you're constantly being dismissed and pushed aside or overlooked, you are less likely to want to access services. If you know that service has caused you harm, you're not going to be running towards them. So dismissal can lead to reluctance to engage with services. But I say that hesitantly, because there's this rhetoric that Black communities are hard to reach, which I don't subscribe to. You harm us, we're not going to trust you, and that's why you may not see us. Stop harming us, then we will come to you, and that will lead to increased outcomes. But there's also racism, and that starts with our education, sadly. It's very Eurocentric and focuses on how things present in white women and white babies. So it's harder for student midwives and qualified midwives to recognise when someone that looks like me is unwell, or one of my babies is unwell. And that's dangerous. It's like a matter of public safety that people that are being trained to care for families should be able to notice when we're unwell, because you've been taught in a very inclusive way. Sometimes I think about these conversations and how I'm going to have them with my daughters. And I hope by the time their time comes, if they do decide to start families, I've got better news to tell them.
No, no, I hear that when I think about my daughters, and the types of conversations to be had. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. So, I mean, on a funny, ridiculous day, I'm like, I'm a parent. That's crazy. How am I an adult with responsibility? That's so silly. There's lots of that. But on like a serious day, it's just kind of like, I don't even know if I have the dialogue yet, or the capacity to explain things to her in a way that isn't limiting or scary. But just making sure she's equipped with what she needs to be. Like, I have this conversation with my partner quite a lot, and friends, actually, with any and everyone almost sometimes. But it's just, that's a mountain I'm not looking forward to climbing, but we're already on it. So let's go. That's gonna be great. What are we not talking about enough when it comes to some of the disparities that you just mentioned?
That when you have experienced loss and you are pregnant again, sometimes you have to fight as much as you did the first time round to prevent the same thing happening again.
Oy. Okay.
I support too many women who've been through loss, they're pregnant again, and they're receiving the same care that sometimes led up to their loss.
Yeah.
And it's like, when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? Because these are lives, not just the life of the baby that was lost, but you're affecting the life of everyone related to that child. So I wish we could talk more about pregnancy after loss and how the care needs to be enhanced and how it has to centre on the needs of that family and protecting them, ensuring that they receive psychological support, that any promises that were made in their previous pregnancy after the loss and any promises that were made for future pregnancy are actually fulfilled.
Okay.
Because losing a baby can cause you to mistrust services. And then when you're pregnant again and all the promises that were made are not fulfilled, where is that person supposed to find it in themselves to trust us again? So that's what I wish we would talk more about. And there are charities out there doing amazing things to support people that are pregnant after loss. Yeah. But I think we need to be doing more.
Relating back to yourself, you turned something deeply, deeply personal into purpose, which is what part of what you're doing now. But what was that, for those who don't know, what was that journey like for you?
So I lost my son when he was 6 months old. But after he died and in the lead up to his death, I received fantastic bereavement care.
Okay.
So we got to take him to a hospice. I had input from a clinical psychologist. The neonatal nurses were amazing. We got help with funeral arrangements. It was all very seamless.
Okay.
And wherever I looked, there was support.
Okay.
And I was quite naive and assumed that everybody had that. Because losing a baby is like, you can't believe it. It's so devastating. You're like, no, this isn't happening. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm not holding my dead baby right now. This isn't real. But wherever I looked, not that I could see, everything was just I can see flashbacks of me like sitting in the office to the funeral, where he's buried, the burial grounds. But I don't remember the conversations that were had.
Okay.
All of it is just a complete blur, but I just had so much support. And because it is such a momentous and tragic event, I just assumed that the right thing is that everyone is as this supported.
Got you.
And I learned very quickly, and this broke my heart again for a second time, that so many black families don't receive anywhere near as much support as I did.
Okay.
Because of the support I received, I went back to my midwifery training. And I know people are quite shocked by that. Like, how can you possibly be around pregnant women? Listen, this is my purpose. If I wasn't going to be his mum, I was going to be a midwife and help other people
that's beautiful.
with expand or start their families.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it with a sense of he would be proud of me. So that's why I went back to my midwifery training. Sorry.
Don't you dare apologise. I'm really crying. These glasses are hiding it, that's all.
Not enough families receive the support that they need.
Yeah.
From a cultural perspective, or just a human perspective, you need to be propped up, held up. It's like they're not eating properly, sleeping properly, feeling isolated in their grief. It can't be assumed that they can talk to their family members about what's going on. They might not even have told anyone yet.
That's true.
Because this spans early pregnancy loss all the way up to stillbirth and neonatal loss.
Yeah.
Black families are experiencing all of it.
Yep.
And sometimes it's recurrent loss after loss after loss. So I just assumed, but I found that I was wrong when I started working on the helpline.
Yeah.
And I just had to do something because the support is out there. I know because I received it. So I started Black Baby Loss Awareness Week in 2023. And it was just on Instagram, signposting to different types of support, Instagram lives. And it's grown from there because that just goes to show the need.
The need of it, exactly.
We've been overlooked for a very long time. But here's a good example of that there is deep need within our community.
Yeah. You touched on the fact that you had support and you naively thought that everybody else had the same sort of level of support. Was that just down to... Did you have the support that you did because of the borough that you were in, or I don't know, the fact that you also had like a medical background or anything like that? I know it's a bit of a random question almost.
It's a very good one.
Yeah.
Borough, yes.
Yeah. I only learned that recently, by the way, because we've experienced a loss. And I went, I'm sorry, your borough does what? Or if you die in a different borough, there are different rules. And if you don't have certain services in your borough, you won't get this. And I was like, this is mental. You wouldn't know this unless you were going through something like your experience or you knew someone adjacent to that. You just wouldn't. Wild.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I chose the hospital that I received care from based on borough resources. But back then you were able to be that selective. And I was lucky that I was seen in that hospital because we needed specialist care and they were linked with another huge hospital.
Okay.
So I got the care that I needed.
Yeah.
And hospitals that are well-resourced, well-staffed, they can give you more. So when we did, so he was moved to neonatal intensive care at a fabulous hospital, well-funded. We even put up nearby.
Okay.
We could stay nearby. They had accommodation.
Okay.
They just had the resources.
Yeah.
But these days, now you're very restricted as to where you can go for your maternity care. If you go to a lot of maternity websites, on the antenatal pages specifically, they will say to you, you can receive care if you live here, 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 or here.
Ooh.
And I had my last child in 2024, and I was travelling from where I live now back to London because I wasn't happy. I was like, you're not going to kill me. You're not going to kill my child. I will travel if I have to, and that's what I did. I wouldn't be able to do that now.
Okay. I didn't know that. I had my daughter in 2022. I knew exactly where I was going to go and why. Shout out to Hamilton Hospital. And I was like, that's exactly where I'm going to be having my kid. I didn't realise that now, presently, I may not have been able to make that as a choice.
You
That's
can appeal.
crazy.
You can appeal the rejection. But it's just difficult because I used to say, if you're not happy, just move.
Yeah.
And I can't say that. I cannot be that flippant. Because it's like, I tried. The first time someone said to me, I hear what you're saying, but I tried. And they told me no. And I had to just like...
I'm like, I don't understand. No, okay.
The resources are that,
Yeah.
like, slim and scarce that they're having to ring fence local resources for local people. And you can't just go to a hospital that you've had a good experience with or you've heard good things about.
Yeah. Okay. All right, good to know. My mum's always asking for number 2. Good time, right? But I now have to think about this. Sorry, I always talk to my mum like this all the time on the podcast. Yeah, wow, that's really throwing me a bit. With you, touching on resources being slim or limiting or things being earmarked as best as they can for people local to certain hospitals, etc. How are midwives? Dumb question. I'm trying to ask you, how are midwives working with doulas, or the fact that people are trying to, if they can afford to, have them in the space, in the birthing space? How is that relationship working? And again, that might be a tricky question for you to answer, but just maybe from your experience or understanding, how is that space looking?
I think historically it was a bit bumpy, the doula-midwife relationship. But from what I can see, I think midwives are more accepting now of doulas in birthing spaces because they could do with an extra pair of hands. And doulas and midwives are completely different roles, but doulas can provide that intensive support that midwives don't always have the time to. So I feel like there's the frost is starting to thaw.
Yeah, okay.
And it needs to, because whatever support that birthing person needs, you can't be, you wait out there because you're not, no.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be all hands on deck.
Yeah, that's it. Do you have a slightly odd question perhaps as well? Do you have a perspective on home birthing at all? Not that I've ever come across a person who's like, you should never do it. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I would have loved to have a home birth.
Yeah.
If I had a straightforward pregnancy, then I would have, because you're already at home. Oh, yes. I'm tired of like hospital stays afterwards. I want to just be at home. If it's what people want to do, and it's safe for them to do so. What I don't like is people not having choice. Not being able to have a home birth because there's no home birth team. So I'm pro home birth, and if that's what people want to do, but I don't ever think anyone should be pushed either way.
Got you. No, of course.
Present all the information and then take it from there.
No, understood. Circling back to, I guess, baby loss and the impact it can have on people, what are the ways in which people don't really understand how it impacts people? And I can imagine that's so varied, person to person, experience to experience.
It can make you, if you're religious, it can make you mad at God. I know it made me mad at God. I remember being on my knees, praying for him to save my son. And he still died. I didn't talk to God for a long time. And now I'm starting to heal that relationship because I want my children to have a relationship with God.
Okay.
Can also hurt your pocket. If you're unable to show up at work as you did before you had your loss. People have lost their jobs because they're not the same person. They may not even care as much about their jobs following their loss. They might need extended time off, and sometimes that extended time off can lead to disciplinary action, and it can lead to them losing their jobs. Also, if you experience loss before 24 weeks, you may not be entitled to help from the government.
That's right, yeah.
I received support from the government because my son was well older than 24 weeks gestation. But for families that have experienced loss before 24 weeks, they may not be entitled to anything, particularly if they're self-employed. You can lose friendships. It can break up relationships. It can put you off the idea of ever having children ever again, or even ever having sex again. It can affect people in so many different ways.
What's the biggest mistake people make when supporting people going through loss, or supporting someone going through loss?
Any sentence starting with "at least." Any sentence starting with "at least."
That's great. No, that's a really good one actually. Yeah.
And it may be well intentioned, but don't do it.
Yeah. That's a great one actually. What does real support also look like as well, from your perspective or from your experience as well?
We need feeding, because I know I wasn't eating, and the thought of preparing something was just... You can really just stop looking after our needs completely. I remember I would be up all night, sleep all day, and just be in my room, curtains drawn all the time. Someone brought food over, little text messages saying, I'm thinking of you. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. Being able to talk about our babies. My mum was fantastic. I was able to talk about my son. I used to make these little family calendars. And I was taking one down, and I noticed she'd put... on the day he died, she'd put Micaiah sleeping. And I thought, wow, it really impacted her. It really impacted her. And so I used to make these family calendars, and on his birth month was his picture. And she let me do that. So the whole of November, it was his face in the living room, and I was allowed. I wasn't shunned. He wasn't shooed away. I am Micaiah Jelani's mum, and I always will be. And I'm able to talk freely about him and about what happened. And she's never silenced or censored me. That's what support looks like. When we want to talk, we need to be able to talk. And when we don't want to talk, that has to be fine too. Because sometimes we don't even know what we need. And it can just change very rapidly. So people need to try and be equally flexible. And just don't take it personally if we're just I don't want to talk today.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Can you recall the exact moment when you decided to start Black Baby Loss Awareness Week?
I think it was after like the first week of working on the helpline.
Okay.
It's like, this is a lot, man.
Wow.
Why am I having to signpost to services that everyone should know about? This is unreal. Like even having to signpost to early pregnancy units. I don't understand why you don't know that this exists.
Yeah, fair.
Just, there's a place that you can go to before 18 or 20 weeks called the early pregnancy unit.
Yeah, I didn't know
Any
that.
bleeding, any pain, any problems early pregnancy. If your GP's like, I don't know, early pregnancy unit.
Yeah.
But to get to the early pregnancy unit, you typically need a GP referral, but some are walk-ins.
There's a lot. I think when we were like, okay, pregnant, okay, we're here. What do we do now? I don't know. I don't know. I had no clue. I was like, and I spoke to my GP, and then I think they sent me to an app that didn't work. I think it was an app of letting you know what hospitals you could go to. And they felt really random to me, and that was all that they could offer. So wait until you were ready for your first scan. I was like, okay.
That's a long time.
So we just wait. And I was like, okay. And also me being who I am, absolutely not. I'm a research widow. I do all the things. So I was like, well, yeah, that's definitely not going to be me. But that was all the information that was there. And we weren't telling people, and we wanted to wait until the right time to tell people. My mum was in the country at the time, so we told her a lot earlier. But we then end up going to get like private scans, what have you, because I was just like, I just wait, and then I get to my scan, and then I find out if things are okay or if I'm missing anything or what. And I was like, so that's just great information to know in general, because no one's telling you, like no one is.
And now, previously your GP could refer you to maternity services, but now you just do it yourself. It's all e-referral. But that poses a problem if you don't have access to the internet or English isn't your first language. Like, I am yet to see one of these forms in a language that's not English. Yeah. So there's still work to do there.
Yeah. What change have you seen, or what change have you already seen from the work that you're doing?
So this is, I think, the thing I'm most proud of is that on the Sunday, there were walks in support of bereaved Black parents in 8 different cities.
Oh, that's amazing. So Sunday just gone?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, for context, last week was Alicia's week. I'm like, it was her week. So the fact that she's here today is amazing. And I know it's been intense. So that's the Sunday we're referring to. I'll put a date down somewhere. But anyway, yeah.
So that was in Bedford.
Yeah.
Bedford, Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff, London, Manchester, Nottingham and Thurrock.
Oh.
Because another thing with the helpline, I'm so black sometimes.
Come on.
I'll be speaking to someone and they're like, yeah, I live in I don't know, Aberdeen.
Okay.
What are you doing there? And they'll tell me what happened, why they're there.
Yeah.
Do you have support there? Not really.
Yeah.
But I lost my baby and I've got no one to talk to.
Okay.
It's like, you need to know that there is support there, and you need to feel seen, and you need to feel not forgotten about. That's why it was so important to move it beyond. London's great. I'm a Londoner. I was a Londoner.
London's epic. London's great.
It is.
That's it.
But once you leave,
once you leave London, that
you
bubble.
feel your blackness and how non-black everybody else is.
Got you.
And when you go through things like loss, you need to feel part of, you need to be anchored to something and know that there is support for you and that you are seen, that you are valued and that you haven't been forgotten.
Yeah.
So it was so important that these walks happened everywhere.
Yeah.
And we had T-shirts with the Black Baby Loss Awareness Week logo on. Oh, it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
No, that's phenomenal. That must have been like a real proud moment. Like,
I was on a train going to the Birmingham walk and I was like, look, showing my kid's dad, look, just look, this is Cardiff.
This is what's happening. Oh my goodness. No, that it must be really surreal to have seen how much it's grown, right? Yeah. And I guess in the space of time as well that you've had so far behind this. What's been your, maybe it's what you just mentioned, but what's been your biggest achievement? Is that the right way to phrase it? Perhaps what's been your biggest achievement thus far, or your biggest, I don't know, best proud moment? Perhaps might be better.
So We also created a short documentary. So it was produced and directed by the Awareness Tap. And it features 7 bereaved Black mothers, including myself, sharing our experiences of loss and how we feel systems can improve things for women like us and families like ours. And to get 7 bereaved Black mothers to be so open and so forthcoming, it's never been done before. And we're hosting small screenings of really, we want people that are in positions to actually get stuff done.
Yeah.
To see it, because for too long this has been happening. We want this film to be a catalyst for change.
Yeah.
So I'm the most proud of that. So Monday, we had our first launch.
Amazing.
It was hosted in the London offices of Erwin Mitchell, and it was lush.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Awesome.
Really, really nice. We had a panel afterwards with 2 of the ladies. I can't... Do you know what? I haven't had time to process the past week. And I don't think I will, actually, because I'm now in mummy mode.
Yeah. Yes, it's true. Gosh.
I think it's bizarre that we go out into the world and we do this and we do that and we're known for this and that. But then as soon as we get home, we step on Lego and we're just mummy.
Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly humbling. It reminds you why you do what you do, and then it also lets you know, be humble, because this little person will let you know, yeah, but mummy, you stink today.
Yes, your children will humble you.
Just all the stuff or whatever it is that they want to say to you. And yeah, I find it's great grounding, and I think it keeps you, I think at least, well, currently my baby's only 3, but it kind of makes me feel like fresh in the sense of whatever it is that I'm pursuing and what I'm building. And yeah, it kind of has that as that element. But I get you, as you said, you haven't had a chance to process stuff because you've come back to your other job, which is never ending, and you just happen to get on. But I do hope you find time to mark it or celebrate it in some way, shape or form, or just really register what you've done and what you're creating.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's super important for you, because I think the next thing that I really wanted to pull into or touch upon was just, how do you find time for your self-care or your mental health or the things that you want to do?
Well, you know that Tuesdays are mummy day.
That's your day.
Every Tuesday, no one can ask me for anything because Tuesday is my day. I will help get the children ready for nursery, but don't look at me for anything else. But that's my day. I can sleep in if I want to, go out for a walk if I want to, go to a beauty appointment if I want to. And I rarely hold meetings on Tuesdays because I just need that one day to reconnect with myself.
Yeah.
And I did Pilates for the first time on Saturday.
How was it?
Oh my God. I've had 2 C-sections now.
Okay.
And my scar let me know. It's been cussing me ever since.
Got you. Okay. Will we be going back to Pilates again?
I will, because I can feel my core now.
Hey.
I've rediscovered it.
Yeah. Just even with you highlighting how you make sure you find time for yourself and it's super important to you, what's one thing you'd like every mother or birthing person to know? If they're listening to this, what would you like them to know?
I know that we always prattle on about advocating for yourself, speaking up. That is important, but we are now starting to acknowledge the toll that can take. It's extremely tiring, can be exhausting. Yeah. While necessary, it's also exhausting. So spread the load.
Okay.
Get your partner involved. Get your mum if your mum's around, or a friend, or a doula. Spread the load. Yeah. It's everybody's responsibility to make sure that you have the safest outcomes possible. Not all baby loss is preventable, but too much of it is.
Okay.
Too much of it is. So you do need to advocate for yourself, but it does take a toll. It really does. And that's what I'm hearing again and again and again. So do spread the load. Everybody is responsible for making sure you and baby get home safely. Yeah.
Okay. What questions would you say, even if it isn't the person who's carrying, even if they're not the ones asking those, but what are some good questions, if you can think of any, that people should be asking their midwives or their doctors? If you have any advice on that.
Second opinions.
Okay.
It's okay to ask for a second opinion. It doesn't make you aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make you difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You're entitled to ask for a second opinion, particularly if you have a condition that you've had for ages and you're the expert in it,
Yeah.
and you're being told something that completely contradicts everything you've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for a second opinion.
Yeah.
And also, can you write that down, please?
Oh, yeah, my favourite.
Can you please write that down? Because unfortunately, documentation holds greater weight and greater power than whatever we've got to say.
Yeah.
So if someone says, you need this, okay, can you please document that? And I need to have a copy of that documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where trust gets broken, hearts get broken, lives get shattered. When you were promised X, Y, and Z, but only you know about it, and that person's on annual leave, no one can get in touch with them, so you don't get that care. Yeah, we need to bridge those gaps with proper documentation.
Yeah. Okay. This is actually a question for me personally, and I've totally forgotten the colour of the book now, which is very annoying. But the book that you have when you're pregnant, why does that get taken away? Oh.
So even though your pregnancy notes
Yes.
are all about you
Yes.
and your baby,
Yeah.
they are the property of the hospital, and they get kept until your child's 25th birthday.
Why? Okay.
The main reason that I can think of is if there's any legal grounds and those records need to be referred to, that's where you get them from. Or this is another good reason. So I can use myself as an example. With my middle pregnancy, I had an independent midwife, but in order for her to put me on her books, she had to see my previous maternity notes. So I requested them. They got sent over, got posted.
Yeah.
That's another reason. They just keep them for legal purposes and purposes like that, and other reasons unbeknownst to me.
Okay, fair enough. I had no idea that was going to happen. A friend of mine told me, and I was like, oh, and she was like, that was, again, the things that we don't know or you're not expecting, and if that happens suddenly, you may feel a way or you don't know how to react to it. But she's like,
People need to be taking their pictures.
There we go. And I forgot, and I was literally like, but if she hadn't given me that as a heads up, and I would have been ready to fight someone. But it was a good tip to know. So make sure if there's something that you want to have or you want to remember, take the pictures, because I put some things in there, and it was gone. And I did ask about it, but it's lost in the wind or lost in the ether. So it was like,
you can request your notes for any reason.
Yeah.
If you go to the hospital website and you maybe type in request maternity notes, or do that on Google, they should take you through to somewhere where you can request your maternity notes.
I will be doing that.
And
Thank
put
you.
them to you in the post.
Fab. If a woman feels dismissed, what should she do in that moment? What can she do in that moment? If you had any advice on that.
If you're feeling up to it, ask if you can speak to someone else.
Okay.
But again, that can be taxing. But that is the best thing to do there and then. And if you're not up to saying that, hopefully you've got someone with you that was able to do that.
Yeah.
Because and use the words, I don't think you're listening to me. Because sometimes you really have to spell out that I know what you're doing to make people stand up and think, okay, and just reassess their behaviour. So you try and use the phrase, I don't think you're listening to me. And that sometimes, hopefully, should get them
reset
to... Yeah.
What does your work mean to you now?
I feel a great sense of responsibility to keep it going. I feel... I think I should be providing direct support, but I don't think I'm there yet.
Okay. All right.
Because it weighs very heavily on me. And I would need like very strict, and I would need some support there.
Yeah.
Like definitely. And I have people that are ready to go. But because I do it, I do it on the helpline, I know how heavy it is, and it can bleed into all areas of your life.
Yeah.
So if I was going to do that, I'd have to really look at how that would work and be safe for everyone involved. It means it's Micaiah Jelani's legacy.
Yeah.
That is what it means to me. And if more families receive the support that they need, it serves its purpose.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm already excited. You know, and you already put the precursor. I need some time. I need to figure out. I'm just like, when is it coming? I'm so sorry. I'm so excited. But no, yeah, I look forward to watching how all of that develops. Is that if that's where you go? I'm excited for you. If you could speak directly to the system, what would you say?
How many more babies, how many more harmed families is it going to take before we put meaningful funding, meaningful action behind all of the stories that we're hearing? How many more? That's what I would say.
Yeah. It's so mad. I wanted to really make sure I had like a broad sense of everything, just so if anyone's coming across you for the very first time, just understand what it is that you do and why you do it. And like, I just have so many more questions, all the things. But your time today has been so important and so valuable. Just to understand what you do, why you do it, and how you do it. I don't even have the words to. I don't think I have the words to just sort of really highlight how important it is that you're doing what you're doing. And I love that you understand that that's your purpose as well. The fact that there's a helpline that is dedicated to melanated people, and they know that they can go somewhere where they can be heard, or at least be pointed into the right direction, or understand that there are resources available to them. I think that's super key, especially if it's someone navigating their first pregnancy or their first loss, or even just trying to gather information before they make the decision to go down parenthood or to go down motherhood. So yeah, I just really wanted to take the time to highlight that. Before I let you go, because she's got things to do, guys, I wanted to try and wrap it up on something like a little quick fire situation, if we can. So just diving into that. Tea or coffee?
I only just discovered coffee and it's delicious.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been this tired before.
Yeah. Understood. No, me and coffee are weird. I thought I was going to be a coffee girl. Turns out me and my body are like, no, that's just nuts for you, because I literally, the volume has been turned up and it's mad. So me and coffee, we just don't really vibe like that. But okay, enjoy that. How many cups do you have in a day?
I try to limit it to 2 because it actually makes me feel sick every time, but I just need it.
Okay, moving on. Early mornings or night owl?
Night owl.
Okay.
I'm still like co-sleeping.
Okay.
I need my lions.
Okay, fair enough. One thing motherhood has made you better at?
Taking compliments.
Okay, nice.
They tell me that I'm beautiful all the time. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Love you guys. That's sweet. I love that. And then one thing motherhood humbled you real quick on?
Ooh.
Everything.
I need to get back to the gym.
Okay, thanks
get
guys.
Back to the gym. Oh, your bottom, it's so big and flat. But, okay,
thanks
squats
guys.
Now.
Thank you guys. That's always great. I don't have it yet right now. I'm like, oh, hi boo boo. Like my boobs, everybody knows. And then she's like, I just wanted that. I feel like the fact that you're tall enough to be able to tiptoe and touch them, I can't tell if they're hanging too low or I just, it's a thing, but it's okay. We'll figure that out. What's the most underrated thing in pregnancy?
Oh, the most underrated thing. Vitamin B12.
Okay.
I had hyperemesis in my last pregnancy. Vomiting my guts up for like 18 weeks.
Lovely.
Needed B12 shots.
Okay.
I felt like a new woman. Oh my gosh. Skipping to my loo, it was amazing. So like more women, if you're feeling really, really like tired in pregnancy, get your B12 checked. And if you need it, take those shots because it just starts to work so quickly.
Okay, amazing. All right. Well, on that note, a very helpful note, I'm going to call it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. And yeah, I look forward to bringing the next one because I had questions for days. But like I said, she's got things to do. So yeah. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to follow Milk Mummies for more honest conversations just like this.